Hello guys, in the last video we have seen few examples on the basis of this if else, and next one is if if later, and else. The syntax is related to the syntaxes. We have seen some examples. Now in this video we are going to see another example on the basis of this if and its conditions expressions. Right sir, now I will take one example. We have to give answer for this example. We have to give output for this example and we have to say some point about this one. Right sir, my program is very clear. What about my program now? Class test I have taken. Public static void main string array aux int a is equal to 10, fine. Next one is int b semicolon, or else I want to take I is equal to 10 and j is equal to just semicolon, that's it. Next one is if I double equals to 10, if I double equals to 10, j is equal to 20, then after that we'll provide system.out.println of system.out.println of j I want to display. That's it. This is my program. What exactly the status of this program? What is the status of this program? Will you get any compilation error from this program? Okay, if no compilation error, then what will be the output? Right, so we will check it. First of all, I will check whether we are going to get any compilation error or not. Let me check this. Test.java. Test.java. Now let me compile this program. If I get any compilation error, then we have to analyze why we are getting compilation error. If no compilation error, then we have to think what will be the output for this. Let us check this one. Now d:/cd core java java c space test.java. Good. Now we are getting error. What is that error here we are getting? Variable j might not have been initialized. System.out.println of j. Here we are getting this compilation error. Why sir? Why we are getting compilation error? My program is very clear. Int I is equal to 10, int j semicolon. If I double equals to 10, okay, j is equal to 20. System.out.println of j. So what is the mistake with this program? No mistake is available with this program. I value is 10. If I double equals to 10, it's okay. Condition is true. J is equal to 20. System.out.println of j. Now j value 20. Here we are able to get. But if I compile my program, I am getting compilation error. Variable j might not have been initialized. Actually, this program, it seems very simple to analyze. 90% of the people in outside, they are mistakenly they are giving wrong output, like which one, no compilation error, and the output is 20. But in fact, the compilation status is which one? Compilation error. Why we are getting compilation error in this scenario? I'll give some reasons again. If you understand reasons, then only we can understand why we are getting error and how we are going to come out from these errors. I'll give few examples clearly. First of all, let us understand the reasons for this example, why we are getting compilation error. Right sir, if you want to know why we are getting compilation error and how to come out from this compilation error, we have to understand a few fundamental points in Java. We have to understand a few fundamental points in Java. What exactly the fundamental points in Java? Right sir, point number 1. In Java, default values are existed for only class level variables only. Class level variables. Default values are existed for only class level variables. That means default values are existed for class level variables only. Not for local variables. If we declare any variable at a class level, if we declare any variable at a class level without explicit initialization, then JVM will provide default value for the respect to class level variable. But if we declare any local variable, without explicit initialization, then we must provide. If we declare any local variable, then if we declare any local variable without initialization, then JVM will not provide default value for the respect to local variable. That's the point here. Okay, what we have to do? If we want to declare local variable, then what we have to do? No? Up to now what I provided the point here. In Java, default values are existed for only class level variables, not for local variables. If you declare any variable class level without explicit initialization, then JVM will provide default value for the respect to class level variable. But if you declare any local variable without initialization, then JVM will not provide default value for the respect to local variable. Okay. If we declare local variables, then we must provide initialization for the local variables explicitly. We must provide initialization for the local variables explicitly. If you are trying to access local variables without providing initialization, if you are trying to access local variables without providing initializations, then compiler will raise an error. Like which one here? What is the error here? Like variable xxx might not have been initialized. That's it. This type of error here we are able to get. Right, so this is rule number one. Point number one here we have to understand. In Java, default values are existed for class level variables only, not for local variables. If you declare any variable at class level without explicit initialization, then JVM will provide default value for the respect to local variable, for the respect to class level variable. But if you declare any local variable, without initialization, then JVM will not provide default value for the respect to local variable. If you declare local variables, then we must provide initialization for the local variables explicitly. If you are trying to access local variables without providing initialization, then compiler will raise an error like variable xxx might not have been initialized. Now we will see as example, a simple example for this particular one. Can try to recognize this. On the basis of this point here, I want to show this particular point here. Let's say for example, I'll take class A. Inside this class K, int I semicolon I have taken, void m1 method I have taken here. Now into j semicolon I have taken. That's fine. Now here I variable is which one there? No, class level variable. J variable is which one there? No, local variable. In both the cases I have not provided any initial values. Initialization I have not provided here in both the variables. Up to now we are not getting any compilation error. That's fine. But system.out.println of I, system.out.println of I, if I display I value, system.out.println of I, then definitely here we are able to get output is which one? 0. Why? Because for I variable default value will come. What is the default value? 0. 0 value here we are able to get. Good. At the same time, if I am trying to access system.out.println of j, here output will be which one here? No output here. Here we are able to get which one? No, compilation error. Why sir, why we are getting compilation error? No. In the case of I variable, if you have not provided initialization, then explicitly, that means by default, JVM will provide default value. Its value is which one? 0. Now I is equal to 0. But here what happened there? When we declare J variable is a local variable without initialization, then JVM will not provide any default value for this local variable. So here J is equal to no value is available, no value is defined. J is equal to no value is defined. Okay. In this situation, if we display I variable value, already default value is available, the default value will be displayed. That's fine. But if we display J variable value, which value will be displayed? No. If we display J variable, which value will be displayed? As we are not having any initialization for it, as we are not having any value for this J variable, which value we are going to display? No. Understand it clearly now. And moreover, you might be thought garbage values are going to come. No. In case of Java, no concept like garbage values. In C and C++, maybe we are having the terminology garbage values, but in the case of Java, no garbage values concept is existed. So system.out.println of J, in the sense, definitely we are able to get which one? Compilation error. This is what exactly the point I said now. For example, if I provide J is equal to 20, something like this, J is equal to 20. Now, if we display system.out.println of J, here we are not going to have any error, no compilation error. Why? Because of course we declared J variable here, and here we are providing J is equal to 20. That means initialization we provided before accessing J variable. Initialization we provided before accessing J variable. So here we are not going to get any compilation error. No error here we are getting there. When we provide initialization and when we access that variable, so we are not going to have any compilation error. But without providing initialization, if we are trying to access local variable, definitely we are able to get compilation error. This is what exactly the point here we have to understand. Right, so that's fine. Next one is, this is point number 1. In fundamentals, this is point number 1. Now I want to go for second point here. Second fundamental point. There are two types of conditional statements in Java. What are the two types of conditional statements? No. First one is constant expressions. There are two types of conditional expressions in Java. Constant expressions, and second one is which one there? Variable expressions. There are two types of expressions in Java. One is which one? Constant expressions, and second one is which one? Variable expressions. What is the meaning of these constant expressions? No. Constant expressions. If you observe there, these expressions includes only constants. Only constants. Only constants in the sense might be directly constant values and final variables. Final variables are also be treated as which one? No, constants. Not only the values like 10 or 20, 30, final variable is also be declared as which one? There, constants. So constant expression is an expression which includes only constants, direct constants or final variables. Good. Another point is which one there? No. These constant expressions are evaluated by, these constant expressions are evaluated by compiler. Compiler is responsible to evaluate this which one? Constant expressions, not JVM. At compilation time itself, compiler is responsible for constant expressions. I'll take some examples. Right, sir. First one is which one here? If 10 double equals to 10, that's fine. This is constant expression. Number 2, example number 2. If here what I am telling there, true, directly I provided which one? True, constant expression. Number 3, for example, final int I is equal to 10 if I double equals to 10. Right, sir. This is also be constant expression. These are the three different forms of which one they know? Constant expressions. So directly 10 double equals to 10 and a true value. True value is also a literal. Always the condition is true. Final int I is equal to 10 and if I double equals to 10. So these are the examples for which one? Constant expressions. So constant expressions These are the Java expressions which includes only constants, maybe direct constants or final variables. Example is which one here? If 10 double equals to 10, if true, final int I is equal to 10, if I double equals to 10, that's fine. This is exactly which one here? Constant expression. But what about this variable expression? No? Variable expression. These expressions are able to include at least one variable. These expressions are able to include at least one variable. Maybe 10 things we provided. Out of 10 things, 9 are constants. One variable we provided. So still this expression is which one? There no variable expression. Good. It will be evaluated by JVM, not by compiler. It will be evaluated by JVM, not by compiler. Right, sir. I will take an example. First one is if, for example, int I is equal to 10, if I double equals to 0, semicolon. This is which one can know? Variable expression. Why? Because here I variable is available, non-final variable is available. It's okay, fine. Int I is equal to 10 into j is equal to 10 semicolon, if I double equals to j. Now this is also be which expression can know? Variable expression. These variable expressions are evaluated by JVM, not by compiler. But constant expressions are evaluated by which one? Compiler. That's it. These are the fundamental points here we have to understand. Okay guys, now here we need to understand what exactly the fundamentals are given to answer for the questions. No, in Java, default values are existed for only class level variables, not for local variables. If you declare any variable at class level without explicit initialization, then JVM will provide default value for the respective class level variable. But if you declare any local variable without initialization, then JVM will not provide default value for the respective local variable. If you declare local variables, then we must provide initialization for the local variables explicitly. If you are trying to access local variables without providing initialization, then compiler will raise an error like variable xxx might not have been initialized. Example I have given there. Inside this example, class A int I semicolon void m1 method. Okay, fine. Now inside this I have written that int j semicolon I have written no. I variable is class level variable and j variable is which one can know? Like local variable. Now here what we are trying to do now? We have not provided any initialization for this I variable and we are trying to access I variable. So still we are able to get some value. Even though we have not provided value, but by default JVM will provide 0 value. That 0 value here we are able to get. Next one, sys.out.println of j. J is a local variable, but we have not provided any initialization for that local variable. But without providing any initialization, we are trying to access j variable. So here we are going to get compilation error. Now j is equal to 20, sys.out.println of j. So here we are not going to get any compilation error. And that's okay, fine. Next one is, there are two types of conditional expressions in Java. What are the two types of conditional expressions? First one is constant expressions and second one is which one there? No, variable expressions. What is the meaning of these constant expressions actually? These expressions includes only constants, direct constant or final variables. So these expressions are evaluated by compiler, not by JVM. At compilation itself, that constant expressions are going to be evaluated. Alright sir, now here what we are having there, if 10 double equals to 10, it's okay. This is constant expression. If true is a direct constant, it's okay. Final int I is equal to 10, if I double equals to 10. So here I variable is a constant expression, constant variable. I double equals to 10 in the sense which one? Constant expression only. What about these variable expressions? These expressions are able to include at least one variable. At least one variable if you have there in any expression, then that is called as which one? Variable expression, and it will be evaluated by JVM. Now examples I have given there for the variable expressions now. Int I is equal to 10, if I double equals to 10, variable expression. Int I is equal to 10 and j is equal to 10, if I double equals to j. So here it is which one here now? Variable expression here we are getting. So these are exactly which one? Constant expressions and variable expressions. These are the fundamental points we require if you want to evaluate the example here what we have seen clearly now.